by elections I think say for quite some time now a lot of conversations around it
very well
yaka nsembebre afa ho and yenyina yenimba bi start free especially with this by election start say papai aye Quayson asama mo de koja court ne mu nsensem ne na sefo ba wie na court no kire say onya eligible so by represent the people. Discussions be bre aba besen ko ho ema last am no tra me ka kire say your constitution no say the city no there are a lot of gray areas I wom give obi a judge bia that prominence to exercise some discretion.
Well.
So when it comes to say obi exercise discretion, sometimes in Alaska nipa no etimi exercise in anywhere and all heard the kind of judicial reverence yamu bi no court na nkasa jema no ho na or the assembly any so kom ko bisa questions na say for nim ti no abaya bosom ana amanfo AUSU exactly allegiance because I can't say there are a lot of people who are citizens of a country. You bet me I charge you for treason.
That's right.
And they charge you for treason here. A question your allegiance. Never.
Sure.
And the mere fact say obi a citizen, you know, does not mean say nipa no or some infringing this thing.
That's right.
What has happened American. So but enam say assembly aba pen ama judge bi atena ne demu I create that particular way no in the past into no abaye president e da ho aye poyempo ye jira so subsequently to procure your friends have subsequent your friends and sama e koso and we ya be pie ba bia ba beduri. And again I can't say elections as to whether it's an event or it's a process no ye nim na say ye elect obi amana ko parliament or ye MP and started.
Okay.
Is it the point that you throw about money partner you swear in and us beginning to be an MP and I said bro I file the nomination form at what point?
I know your MP.
I know your MP. You see, because these things, these areas are grey and there is no clarity so far as the constitution is concerned on these matters, you know, it gives judges the room to put their own interpretation. What I say because
their own discretion.
Exactly, because we are judge here, we are lawyer. Opa betimi osia mra no akwa kusia your friends say heaven okoduru court you don't interpret the law. Judges go to learn the law say you betimi offer a refined interpretation or did I interpretation by judge bi beji atum but it doesn't mean say we lawyer who na we interpret the constitution because I've gone to court before I'm who papa we are now here and this for lawyer I'm friend saying no the other one no the no worry near former Tony later on his feet at my very solid your friend is saying argument in court now no see ya na judge in botugu here what I say so you may say uni me mra no do na ba onye koduru the only person the discretion heralded within the court no the judge
whether a divided logic and common sense
it doesn't matter so Alaska for us to be able to deal with some of this situation in the future no and that's why I was telling you the last time say tenancy as people na your constitution you review certain portions because I don't agree with those who are calling for the total overhaul of our constitution because here two constitution the foundations of this fourth republic it's not possible. So those gray areas you review na you define in clear terms and then the constitute allegiance and then the constitute say obi a citizen and as obi a citizen of another country now say or a country for Ghana you find them say nipa no ntimi contest for MP and also betimi contest there will be no ambiguity in these areas enti nipa no ba enya fe na judge bi ebenya some discretion to exercise. And again election a process a event na say nipa no ko MP if I know start here nipa na begin the journey to become an MP now you clearly defined so political parties will be informed whenever they are taking some of these decisions but at asipen ya kasafa hoa ankwesi babia asiyesi biem ya kasafa hoa nobody is moving to a step you bet me move to cure this your friend saying what I call lacuna where the constitution where bridge say we are going forward some of these happenings will not come again and again. If you had development then shall see a koya kwanya fast papa ya hound from parliament Amanekotena fear for almost 1 year, and Sana fix a date for this election and a whole lot of stuff. Now, Alaska, questioner, you might want to ask yourself and say, so, your friends a process ya kobaya na no na semi ba ya say debia or meda court debia just over court ya. You see some of these things, you know, like I say, it could be in line with normal court practices. Exactly. But a given prominence, if well some public perception out there say court, you know, is being subjected to some executive maneuverings and some individuals be and a maneuver court, you know, for whatever the advantage. And you know, you don't go to that particular realm to authenticate that perception. But it's not too bad because media saying that but I know within a minor judicial system upon which your friend said the constitution, you know, a minor judicial. So you don't. I know it's not about you as an individual. Okay. So when you're taking some of these decisions, you see, sometimes you don't just stick to the law. You look at the environment. But what I say, justice be a would dispense be and you look at how that justice will go and bind society together. But a disintegrated society and your justice it becomes nuisance. So whenever you are dispensing justice in Alaska, you should be very mindful. And thereby, and you saw that people were asking questions. Now Branta no ku MP no kwada be court. Na criminal cases kura obi akunipa instances nipa enim say nipa wo yakunipa no kwada be a court. What I say? So when sansam no ba if well into that public perception, and when you have the Attorney General making some unguarded statements, the ultimate one, the president call Assin okokana na no say Emma obi nkoto abama obi a okoje Alaska say MPP General Secretary oko Assin no ko make that particular commenter. It's politics, and he may want to play that particular thing to his advantage. Sabi are about to voters because election when it comes to elections obi a use Assin abi obi a so MPP General Secretary ko kasa asem na memetna hamedi M14 because it happened to the NDC ebia almost party executive betimi akogina akwaya ade but Alaska, when you have the number one man, that is the president of the republic, once you are elected president, even though you came from a political party, but your role as a president, you know, you are seen as a father figure for the entire nation. So, obi and not some more court to a year, dear Semna crown already. I gather public tension. Very well. And the stakes are high. Because of this particular case, you know, nipa bebre for judiciary na ye can send bebre now caught the very social media platform that I was telling you. Your judiciary now be a subject of public ridicule. Sure. They are being subjected to public mortification, unanimous unanimous there whole lot. And some of their rulings of what about you're prominent judges or one can bite some of the rulings exposing the intellectual loopholes at home, Alaska. So when you see all these things, as a president, you know, it is your job to ensure, say, reputation, integrity, and judicial, no, lose, you know, put a brabia obey opportunity, biano, obey your BBC, be a cosro. As a president, Obama can't say, Momon Kotrabama Obia, or Nanswa, or co prisoner. Then it confirms the claim a man for making say. The judiciary, you know, is subjected to executive maneuvering and influences. That's right. It only confirms it because
you appoint them.
Because I never be a kakodri. The best in the future be a no say Quayson. Ebia some moody. Ebia truly odi for obeko prison. But the very moment that judgment in the bano, President Nanwaka and you know, what I say? Me say it could be legitimate. Say asem ba odi for, but enam say we are president. Now what one waka? Na judiciary judges nipa do omo ho nyina. Obi an say we na appoint omo. Mom kwatana tena ho. People will go back and say no. Enya judiciary no mom na de rule na ba. Na Assin of election kwa President Akufo-Addo ba be kan say obeko jail. And I never could jail. So at that point, you know, where that to free home. So you see, some of these unguarded and reckless comments, political platforms are you're making. You need to realize that now I am president. Your friend is saying a flag bearer of a political on a position where you're tooling for power. So to make a cancel just for political power. In as much as a party in a way, you know, Alaska, you are the president of the country. Man, for look up to you. So you don't go to the campaign grounds and be making such disparaging and irresponsible comments. And you see, the number catcher Captain Smart and a price said, Abantana, you're born to a police for van no kobo to kuno no. What is the president that commented on?
No.
Alaska. Alaska. police near brantia all year juma more mine. Yes, the best CBA can and now quite a so a see a can, the best yes, what talk. President Assin of a campaign by the candidate. He has never mentioned the guy's name anywhere concerning with the family. Never. Because why in the Sumasia governance in the Sumase, Yano public space. Right. So those of us within the public space, we want to hear those things from the president. Say, I say my by President Kwakatene ne tall shot. We visited the family and answer on his Facebook and this social media a part of official way. You can use it to address anything that you want to. Take to social media platforms and maybe console the family. He never did one year any of these things. The vice president is still there with them. The IGP is out there with his guys doing the yes or name or more. And akrano ato okrom has say Alaska besin ne president say more muntwaba mobia ye could all nam kwansu ko jail. Only coming to confirm those things are nipa air can. So Alaska, so you're going to elections now nkasa I never kwa quite interesting say Jachi Quayson na your friends because of their court and some the president Kyei, there are a lot of people who feel say, oh, guy he's just a victim of a procured judicial fraud. Yes. And some of President Kyei confirming those things. Very well. So on that particular score, there are a lot of people who sympathize with him. And again, so we had elections now Omokona at Assin. Clearly, so we had the presidential election results now, but clearly you could see the MPP upper hand when it comes to the emphasize popularity in that area. But Enam said that guy is popular as a person. Is the reason why some time ago, now we were asking, say, Jachi Quayson, is it reasonable? Say, the argument were two. If you want to look at it from the legal point of view, now legal point of view, no, it could be legitimate, but not consensus and you moving most person say. So we had the judicial environment. Comment I shall see by and the choir na near maybe na air coco so now it will be some kind of a foolish risk to take so the next elections on that particular score. But so here on the political line, it could be the wisest decision. Do you know why? Okay. Because at that point, that particular area, NDC are winning election when it comes to president, and it has been in the last 3 elections in presidential clearly. So it means that he won the election because he was popular as a person.
He's the royal.
What I say? Okay. So as a person or you're popular and the influence cutting across the NDC, the MPP spectrum. Man for who. So when you're going to such an election, not sympathy to someone aside because of their acquisition, then even though legally because of court now no then some assisi we had the judicial atmosphere, you might think that it may not be wise to take him, but on the political score it becomes the wisest decision because he's popular. Your friend saying politically, because of the afternoon in time for sympathizing with him, and especially with this court to say yes, on meta court to say every day we over court, what is that because of that? Na Captain Smart campaign man. What I say, that is how the sympathy comes around because a man for Becca say mohu biam ho them who he because akwano kwan dey so you now why e dey ben biem na mo pe. So when you do that, so nipa na power na wan fanyansa nka ho, you might think that you be. But indirectly, you may be campaigning for the other person. And that is what has happened to Akufo-Addo this time. Abraham Mahama lose 2016 elections, I'm not sure that he ever thought he will come back again. No. But Akufo-Addo, by a number of he's making Mahama a hero. And that is a fact. What does he? Yes. Because and then a lot of people who voted against Mahama, they can be bold enough and say, but they are senka. What I say, but Akufo-Addo buy and call the Bobra Papa, Ebianka Mahama chapter is over. So it is brow boy, no, what's cementing and the popular. The same thing happened our time. Election on certain MP no kwachi PCB in the tomb, okay, exactly. Alaska. 2 days to election or your MP in jail. Make us to me no win Alaska. And you're dangerous. So we were to me now I'm Fanyansa and can as a winning Yansa. Sa to me, I will freeze or no. What the best shower time for you, yam. Now I do not could do on Pion and my pomp. And that is exactly what they are doing because court air Kyei. Even though omode hound omodin say omode change Quayson na form, but indirectly no, there are a lot of people who might look at the situation and say oh, now they amode papa the airtime there. And if you listen to some of the comments, and then I monitor one of the platforms, man for make here comments is around court no modern corner. Now your finance are constantly film, especially with the commenter president Alaska. So I think that we have to be reasonable. So on that particular score, it makes him put him in a pole position ahead of his the other guy. Exactly. And again, so development cost overnight now. Zero. And at the same class, that is the same thing that's being repeated. Oko Assin. And the Ghana economy ranting in Yajumanya, a comedy among for. To the says, and the betting cranny, as we discuss food, no way out, no, ye taxo. Alaska, a dear model call her astroturf. And then I buy no so astroturf would not come no to goon crew. Astroturf no guada come no mochiche. As if astroturf ye di. Astroturf living in the developed countries, you know, people are moving away because Alaska chemicals na yade ye seen so to na ko go ade ma research eba say etimi koso friends
kidney
cancer.
That's right.
Cancer. So countries are moving away from, and that is what we are putting all over. Now say Assin no Unyankwati football team ho and a yeni academy structured academy able say ye bibinti the football your friends pitch but Alaska astroturf na ya contract am for na because obi benya ni sika free minti no and no na ya nobody is stopping. So that is the development they are taking to the people of Assin. And I know bisa ho say samra we nyansi ye no samra na sa ade we nyansi ye no astroturf your friends by election ni nyama ye no mo koye kwan wa na nyeye na yakwa kwan ho anenye na president vice president da ko commission astroturf dia manipa no yakwan anadwo na sefo no you see how weak these people are intellectually because Alaska me be fed say by election be duru na me president na me dimrika as a me development officer I will never do that and then kapawa na be ko. Because when you do that, there are people who are gullible in terms of this political way, also, but there are reasonable men of conviction who will sit afar and look at you and say, that's how we need answers. Because, now we need answers about Transia, by elections, and Alaska. It means political power, no? Won't find people no serious. It's just about power. Na come here, you see, say you put more emphasis on capturing political power. And the nipa only nyan can capture political power. Onya now for no who don't find yet. And look at people who are in power of authority. Oh, Chroma say. And do what I'm saying. Now let's go on the 2 million nipa only nyan sansa. Then all the bay. Hanyama ekoso okroma senka 2 million di mani panya kokodro nipam because 2016 like I was telling you Ghanaians seem to be fed up with nema na ekoso yanya na alternative Akufo-Addo yamfa bibia ma nhya densa Alaska hoping said nema besesa hwede yesi okroma say economy ni she boase IMF na ejina ya beg for redemption and there are other things and the sika ya bosia ya bo ye try to ye external creditors oh chale kana de o ye den intimate ya
and I say and yes bia from my space was facture
yes Alaska entino canning in abano and then this man is shamelessly out there casting slay on your friends those rating agencies say omo no rating no ema economy no above from he is never ready to accept responsibility. Akufo-Addo has never, because he is a kind of a person who expects contrition from everybody. Obian show remorse. Obian except himself. Because for him, it is holier that's holier than that attitude, you know. I don't know the name. Because about economy, I break it down. Ada Samahama 6 years ago, ne bubunugu ho. And answer muko sign, your friend is a power contract agreement to be and economy na conform. And Ukraine Russia war, and your COVID-19, and then rating agencies. So these are the 5 key things that my economy are tough from according to Akufo-Addo, and he's never responsible. And one the only one. No. Nabusi and for what you moda kosho my numuno and kaho sikabonia nipa afenyansa kwanso esesa enkaho bosia huna na wafase ebo e okuro mfa ho the most expensive who are digi at the center of Accra at the cathedral at the and you're responsible. Alaska, when you have such men, I catch us a more that Messiah concept, and not being so in Yansa Chen, when indeed your friends and Yansa sinukura ni ne tim e na onam na wanya tumi aka ho a niema we ya na ebe daadi enti president awai lawyer osunyamra beko obi eyedi na sem court enya nwie ne ka se okodil ndi mani panto abama no enti contempt na bi ni de ohefa ndi asem no court or judge court by that pronounce on this particular matter. Right. So I think that we need to get serious.
But I say I want to innocent nothing. You need to take to 25 minutes and to 4 p.m. You come home by me bar. I am call a year of our Jane Hall na fi ya share. And obwasi for essay Nyankopon almost sereno. Onku omo mpi ma wo. Edi ya hwase bibia